So you've started to learn Spanish. How long have you been learning? A week? A day? A month? A year? How long? How long have you picked up and started again Spanish? How long have you dropped it? Maybe saw it in a movie, was inspired, saw it in a YouTube video, was inspired, tried to learn by yourself, found it too difficult. Whatever your path was, glad you're here. I wish I had a mentor when I was learning Spanish. I went through a lot of years of making mistakes and not knowing exactly what to focus on. Focusing way too often on slang words, on words that, frankly, not a lot of Spanish people knew and don't know now. I find myself still using a lot of slang words that I didn't necessarily need in order to improve my own Spanish vocabulary, which could be used with the common Spanish speaker. So here's the mentor method. The trick is to have a complete day every single day for the next 30 days so that you don't have to guess or second guess. Is today what I'm focusing on a good thing or not? Maybe there's something better. Maybe there's something I should spend my time more on. Maybe I have to put more emphasis on this particular grammar or this particular word set. Whatever it is you think, now you got it covered. You got your first 30 days ahead of you. So a big problem that's out in the Spanish community is there's so many resources, and I'm sure you found hundreds of things before you even found this. There's no way this is your first product that you found. So kudos to finding it, because my goodness, I wish I had something like this when I first started. Again, there's so much accountability that you have to have within yourself. That's why we see on this first slide where it says text me. And you don't have to necessarily bring me involved if you don't want to. That's fine. But you do need to text someone. You need to have somebody, or I don't know, a parent, a brother, a sister that you're being accountable with and saying, hey, for the next 30 days, I'm doing this thing. So if I'm reaching out my hand for it to be me, that can make sure that, hey, every single day you're practicing. And when you sign up, you can choose to share. You may not choose to share with me your number, but if you do, then I can be the one that reaches out to you every single day and says, hey, did you learn today? Did you learn today? Did you learn today? So then we have the second slide here, which is we have our first 30 days. And as this is going to be up, we'll continuously add more days as well. So it'll be more than 30 by the time that you get this. But the idea of the mentor method is that within 30 days, you will be dangerous in Spanish. That's the big belief, and that's the guarantee that we give you. So when you get to this page, this is the first time, we're going to click here first, second, third, pretty easy. This is just kind of what we believe learning Spanish is all about. There's a lot of frameworks. Again, we have way more out here, but you can read up to this point. Let's go back. Get to your second page. You have more resources. You have more about learning Spanish. Won't show you everything. We'll go back. Third day, this is your first day that you're starting. I hope that it's the day of purchase. If not, at least it's the day after purchase. And we have a quick presentation on just generally how to do things, but also you can follow along with my series of learning Canada. And I might put another language there as well, but the whole point of it was to prove that within the mentor method, it's not just about learning Spanish, and it's not just learning about Portuguese or some language that builds off the last one. It's about starting from really any language, and it's the system or the method of doing it that makes learning with the mentor method just so much easier, and you don't have to deal with Duolingo, and you don't have to deal with writing or reading a whole lot that you're not going to comprehend. And my goodness, there's so many words that I don't know which one to focus on first. So that's the whole point of the mentor method, is to really narrow it down, make it precise, and make it manageable so that every single day you know exactly what you're going to do, just like you would be in school. But the point is, it's focused more on speaking and talking as terms of reading and writing, which, as we see today, at least doing it in a foreign language, it means a whole lot less. And when you first start speaking with another speaker, that's kind of what you want, right? You'd prefer to speak with the person and have them understand you than to read a whole lot better than you can speak and not be able to talk to another person, because I mean that's the fun of it as well, is talking to another person. And again, you don't need to necessarily read or write in Spanish or Portuguese, because you have voice notes that you can send, which a lot of the South American or Central American or anyone that's speaking Spanish is probably going to use WhatsApp, and they utilize that feature a lot anyways. So for the first 30 days, you don't have to write or read anything. We're focusing on speaking and understanding, extremely quick speech. We kind of have an analogy where if you're going to go up an escalator, there's no escalator in the world that's going to be slow. It's going to go the same speed, regardless of whether you're comfortable in getting on or not. And that's how we see learning another language, is these native speakers are not going to slow down for you a lot of the time, and that's why we have to focus on learning that acknowledges that. So anyways, what you get with this program is a whole lot of consistency, a whole lot of accountability. You get 30 days minimum of lesson plans of learning Spanish. Again, we're all about consistency over intensity, and we have a whole lot more of other resources as well. It's not just accountability in your first 30 days. Again, this is if you're trying to look for extracurricular activities or YouTubers or any information out there. I mean, it's loaded, and it's hard to know which one to trust and which one, I don't know, is kind of in the weeds. And you can trust me as your mentor in order to relay that information onto you where you're going to get the best available source. A little bit about me. I did 3 ISIC tours, or missions, or whatever you want to call them, out in South America. I first taught English in Colombia, and then I was in Brazil, and then I finished with an internship in Argentina, where I was a salesman there. So that's a little bit about me. I've been to other countries as well. Puerto Rico as well, I guess, would be my last current Spanish-speaking country that I've been to. I've been to Mexico as well. But either way, I'm very comfortable with the Spanish language and with the people. And yeah, I hope to talk to you soon.